Ernest asks, hi, I'm active duty military. My wife has DACA. How could she become legal? Because you are active, this is a really good question. I get this frequently. It's a big plus if you're active duty military. So typically, most people who have deferred action for childhood arrivals or DACA entered without permission. Some of them, many of them, entered with a tourist visa and then overstayed. And I filed one of these cases last month for a client. But most of the time, they came with their family without permission. They didn't have lawful entry. And because they didn't have lawful entry, they can't apply for a green card. They cannot apply for a green card while in the United States unless some certain rare exceptions exist. For example, your wife got DACA. If she had a thing called, if she didn't enter with a tourist visa, like with legally, let's say, if she got a thing called advanced parole and trial came back, that would have fixed it, or a thing called 245I. However, there's an additional thing that could create the legal fiction of entering lawfully, and that's a thing called parole in place. And if you're a immediate relative of a active duty military person, your wife would apply for parole in place, and this would create a fiction that she entered lawfully or with a thing called parole, and that would give her permission to adjust status. That's the terminology for applying for a green card in the U.S. Adjust status, which based on the statute INA 245, which is a green card based on family kind of stuff while in the United States. I'm getting too technical, it's not needed. But essentially, first you have to get a thing called parole in place based on the spouse of a military person. Once that's created, then you just apply for a green card based on your relationship. There's financial stuff you have to submit, proof of relationship, more stuff out of background. But it's a great way to do it. You should jump on it and do it as soon as possible. If you're interested in having a consultation about this, email my office, info@jqqlaw.com. Remind me what your situation is. Fees do apply for consultations, but we'll take it from there. But that's the thing. First, we'll look to see how your wife entered, and if there's other exceptions, so we don't have to go and apply for parole in place. But if it doesn't, you file for parole in place, PIP or PIP as they call it, in the biz. And then you apply for, once that's approved, you apply for adjustment of status, and wait for that to happen. Hopefully the interviews pick up for USCIS so it can happen faster, but it's a good system and you should just do it sooner rather than later. Why not get that green card as soon as possible?